Okay, so today we have Buzzcocks, and what do I get? I think I've only done one reaction, maybe two from Buzzcocks before, and I've loved what I heard, and I did listen to one song for Pete Shelley, Homo Sapien, and I love that as well, love the message. So I've just loved everything I've heard about this band, especially with Pete Shelley. So finally coming back to them now, I'm going to try to watch this video. Again, it might get blocked. Sometimes people comment, why don't you watch a video? And again, it's because I try to, and then the video gets blocked and I have to redo it. I put in a different song, or just the song, not the video. So anyway, all that out of the way, let's get into this. I'll stop talking. Let's go.
I just wanna love her like any other. What do I get? I only want a friend who stayed to the end. What do I get? What do I get? Oh, what do I get? What do I get? Oh, what do I get? I'm in distress, I need a caress. What do I get? I'm on the make, I just need a break. What do I get? What do I get? Oh, what do I get? What do I get? Oh, what do I get? I only get sleepless nights alone here in my heart. Then the interest in the time I tried. I wish that only happened to me instead. What do I get? Oh, what do I get? What do I get? Oh, what do I get? What do I get? Oh, what do I get? What do I get? Oh, what do I get? I just wanna love her like any other. What do I get? I only wanna follow love to the end. What do I get? What do I get? Oh, what do I get? What do I get? Oh, what do I get? Well, let me tell you now. What do I get? What do I get? What do I get? No love. What do I get? No sleep at night. What do I get? Nothing that's nice. What do I get? Nothing at all, at all, at all, at all, at all, at all, at all. 'Cause I don't get
Okay, so Buzzcocks, and what do I get? So I had to bring up the personnel here, because again, it's been a minute, and watching the video, I loved the swagger from Steve Garvey here, who's on bass, and, you know, just him like flailing around and stuff. You know, I couldn't take my eyes off of him. And obviously on guitars here was Pete Shelley and Steve, I want to say Diggle, I think it's Diggle. But I just loved how, obviously, it's very snappy. It's very fast. I mean, that's, punk rock, itself there. But I just love how fast, and drumming was fast as well. Who the hell was on drumming? I didn't even see the personnel for the drummer. Again, I forget. My God, hold the phone. John Marr. I want to say Mayor Marr. Either way, if I'm thinking, Bill Maher. Anyway, but John on the drums here as well, very fast. I loved his rhythm. I loved his style. Like I said, it's a very fast song, under 3 minutes long. But it's just it's such a, a great little background to Pete's, Pete really just, putting his heart on his sleeve here, putting all his thoughts out, yearning for somebody to love. And find me somebody to love. I mean, I think of Queen. But anyway, I love his high vocals. He had, again, when I first listened to him, I was expecting I don't know. I wasn't expecting, I guess, somebody like a Steve Ignorant or something. But like, I wasn't expecting his voice to be so high and so pretty or whatever, I guess. And I just love how his voice would kind of crack at some points here. And it's just, I don't know. He seemed so real. He seemed like, he was just another guy. And if I could put it that way. And again, for, reading up on Pete Shelley, and everything, he talked about how he was bisexual, and especially and how the punk community really welcomed him, which is very nice. It's very cool to hear. But again, maybe I'm thinking, for this whole song, again, talk about the lyrics, maybe it was just his problems as a bisexual man, not being able to find anyone. And again, doesn't even have to talk about his sexuality, but just not being able to find anyone, talking about how, other people around him have, a significant other in him. It's just like, what do I get? It's just like, I have sleepless nights and I'm alone, in half of my empty bed. What really honestly came to mind, really and honestly, was, something like a Smiths song, especially around this time for being 1978, before the Smiths, and, Morrissey's songwriting, with talking about, as I climb into an empty bed, oh, well, enough said, that comes to mind, that kind of thing, from I Know It's Over. And it's just, I get that same feeling here. And obviously Morrissey's sexuality is out, along the same lines as Pete, so I just, I get that feeling as well, with the Smiths. And I just think, Pete Shelley, I've just really come to enjoy Pete Shelley because, again, I have, read up on him, even though I haven't listened to a lot more of the Buzzcocks. But yeah, I just really enjoy who he was. And, again, because he's gone. But yeah, I just love what he stood for. And here, he's just really yearning for somebody. He's so vulnerable, it seems like. And but again, I just love how snappy the music sounds. And so it was just such a great contrast there. And again, I just can't get over Steve Garvey. I just loved his style in the video. He was fun. I just liked him. Anyway, getting into the lyrics here again, just to go over it with the first verse. I just want a lover like any other. What do I get? I only want a friend who will stay to the end. What do I get? And it seems so self-explanatory. I mean, Pete is really just, saying out loud, it's just like, it's not that fucking hard to get here, I want a lover. What do I get? Nothing, it seems like, I want a friend who will stay to the end. What do I get? Nothing. The chorus, again, that's such an earworm, what do I get? Oh, it's just like, oh my God, it's going to be in my head all night probably. What do I get? Oh, what do I get? I'm in distress. I need a caress. What do I get? Nothing, basically. I'm not on the make. I just need a break. What do I get? And it's sad. I mean, my God. Pete is just like, again, it's just like, Jesus, I just need somebody to lean on. It's just like, but what do I get? And then the chorus one more time. The post-chorus, I only get sleepless nights, alone there in my half-empty bed. And when he really, paints the picture, you think about climbing into your half-empty bed because, again, nobody else is there. And it's just like, ooh, it's sad. It's depressing. For you, things seem to turn out right. I wish it only happened to me instead. So when he says that for you, I don't know if he's talking about, maybe a friend he's talking about or somebody else in his life or whatever who has somebody, or just anybody, a listener, for you who's not single, it turns out right. But for me, I wish it would happen to me instead. I mean, my God, it's just like, it might sound cruel. I wish it would happen to me instead, but that's where I am. Anyway, then we go on, and then there's the instrumental break there. I love the guitar solo. And I love that as well, in the video as well. When Pete is kind of just standing there, very serious. I was kind of laughing because, again, I was looking at Steve Garvey. But then they cut to Pete, and I think it was just John on drums. And Pete is very, looking very serious. And it reminds me, again, that this song isn't supposed to be kind of like funny. Because, again, I'm laughing at Steve. But, this song is sad. Pete has really put his emotions on the line here. And that's what, again, I love about him. He was not afraid to talk about how he felt. Anyway, goes on again with the post-chorus, the chorus, and last verse too, the last one. I just want a lover like any other. What do I get? I only want a friend who will stay to the end. What do I get? And then the chorus, and then the outro. What do I get? Repeated. And then again, I love the no love, no sleep at nights. Nothing that's nice, nothing at all, and goes on, because I don't get you. And I loved kind of how he elongated the word you there. And again, just that distinct Pete Shelley voice that's so high and, kind of cracking at the same time. And it's just, it's Pete on the vocals there. So anyway, and especially, at the end there, he's really, letting you know, again, with the no love, no sleep at nights, and nothing nice at all. It's just like, because, again, I just want somebody and I can't, and that just makes everything terrible, and I can't sleep at night, because I don't get you, because maybe this person he's talking about, she, he, whatever, is already with somebody else, and he's just sad about that as well. So my goodness, I mean, this was just such a, again, it didn't feel like, just under 3 minutes. But it flew by. But again, I don't know, it's just the way that, Buzzcocks worked, so snappy and fast. I can't say it enough. But Pete, I just love how he was unlike many other, frontmen, punk frontmen at the time. I feel like, you think about other bands at the time, 1978 here, you think about, Johnny Rotten, from freaking Sex Pistols, fucking Joe Strummer from The Clash. They had such different voices from Pete. Obviously, think of Joey Ramone, his voice is way different from Pete. Pete was just, it was just so different. And that's what I love about him. And again, I'm just, it's sad that he's gone, but again, he left his mark on the world. And again, Steve Harvey, my God, Steve Garvey. Anyway, and friggin' John Marr on the drums there. And I hope I'm saying his last name right. That's, but anyway, I just love, that they were so in sync with Pete, and Pete's songwriting was so good too. He's so emotional, so relatable. And I just can't fawn enough over this goddamn band. So anyway, only 3 minutes, with this video is already like almost 12. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting. I felt like I was all over the place here, but we're going to go with it. And yeah, thanks for, keeping, you guys kept requesting the Buzzcocks. And my God, I always enjoy to come to the Buzzcocks. So there is another song called Orgasm Addict, which I really want to get to from the Buzzcocks. That sounds very interesting. So maybe that'll be my next listen to the band. But anyway, thanks for watching again. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Have a good day or night, wherever it is. And yeah, have a good one. Yeah.